Good morning, freedom fighters. It is 7:56 a.m. Alaska time, March 25th, 2024. Very unusual frequency waves through the storm overnight. We're looking at the last 12 hours through Texas and all the way through Missouri. Not sure the kind of weather they have, but I guarantee it was man-made, manipulated weather systems. Got very heavy chemtrail activity over Mississippi and Alabama this morning. I'll show you live here in a minute, but I wanted to show you these ripples. These are from a machine. It has nothing to do with gravity waves or street waves. It's a machine creating all this weather now. Air Force stated they will have, back in 1996, actually, they will have full control over the weather by 2025. Well, I say they are ahead of schedule. They have full control over our weather. Very distinct ripples. Uniform lines are not created naturally in Mother Nature. This is from a machine. The scientists said it can create lightning and thunderstorms with trillion-watt lasers. Trillion is a fantastic number. A trillion seconds is 31,600 plus years. Lots of frequency waves in this as well. Very distinct lines. Storms are not normal anymore to me. I'm in my 50s. I've been watching the weather my whole life. I have books going back to the 1950s just about weather. These storms are not natural. Every one of these politicians know about these operations, but they have no control over it. It's being done by the UN with our own technology. Very distinct ripples in the storm. This is this infrared. It's supposedly showing temperature, but I'm really not sure what it's showing. Infrared is a type of light filterings. But it's showing these very distinct ripples. Let's look at it invisible. You can see these ripples from the ground. They're very distinct in the cloud formations when you see it. Looks like ripples in the sand at the beach. Has nothing to do with gravity waves or street waves or roll clouds. Look how they overlap. Got one going straight north and you got one going northeast and southwest. I call it fingerprints of the gods because these people truly believe they're gods that's playing with the weather. But they're killing Mother Nature. If anyone's looked at my genocide videos, I'll put plenty of videos in the comment section that proves all this material is man-made and everything's dying. Unusual ripples. We're almost at live here. Let's go ahead and bump it all the way forward. Live. Like I said, these ripples are coming from every different direction. They can push this material anywhere they want by electrifying the atmosphere. Very heavy chemtrails right here, but the fog bank hides it. That's fog underneath, or low cloud bank, and they're spraying super high in the altitude. Let's put it on infrared, and it'll show the horror that I see. Each one of these lines are individual aircraft trails that can spread out into hundreds of miles. Some say 100-mile wide cloud formations. I've heard all the way up to hundreds of miles in width. Just one aircraft. They have been spraying very heavy through the morning. Let's back it up to a little bit. Actually, I'm going to go into like a 6 hour here. Put it on 2 hour. Very distinct chemtrailing going over Slidell to through Mississippi. Nothing to do with natural air traffic, or normal air traffic. This is toxic chemtrail operations that is poisoning everything, and they can have pathogens. I have the Air Force on tape, and I'll share that in a link, saying that they can spray this 3 aircraft across Pennsylvania here and kill everybody, or make 50% of the population sick. I mean, sick, not kill everybody. Excuse me. Very distinct heavy chemtrail out in the Atlantic Ocean that stands out sometimes even in the infrared as different temperatures or different heights. See these lines? They're spraying in the Atlantic Ocean. And this material will grow across the pond. All these straight lines are not, these are aircraft trails. There's plenty of aircraft going across here that can release this material. They have additives to the fuel. They have machines that can pump it out. They can put it out in a lot of different ways. They just need the material to activate it with the satellite laser technology. My family helped put up the first generation. You can type in NASA laser weapons and you will have documents that proves they have lasers. Plus they're putting them in all your video games. I was just looking across the world here. All right, Paul, so I'm going to go back to the United States here. Stand by. Now we're over Mexico. It's very unusual how this material just nonstop this year keeps pumping out towards Florida, where we've had the coldest, cloudiest winter in like 80 years or ever. Who really knows what happened 80 years ago but my grandpa, but he ain't talking no more. I see some chemtrail in here, but this material is just unusual how it keeps pumping out here. I already showed you land-based cloud makers. But time for me to go to work. This is a full-time job in itself, but I got a full-time job waiting out there on the deck. But heavy frequency waves, I showed you yesterday where they're spraying in China and Russia. This is a global effort. These poor people, man. The tornadoes stuff they can create is devastating. These storms are so dangerous now that they can create when they want to. Commercial fishermen standing by. There's donations. Anybody would like to help support the real fishing life. Even our cod price is down a third this year. They've got our fish houses and they're not giving us any of the money anymore. We just got to go catch our fish and be done with it. This will probably be my final year out here. Sad to say, I'm going to miss it. Caught at the riffles. Thank you to all the warriors still standing by. I know it's just only a few of you that actually watch my videos all the way through or actually watch them at all. You are the true warriors that are still here listening to my voice. Look how it overlaps. You got waves going in every direction. It's a nightmare knowing all this information, guys. And it's people look at me like I'm talking about unicorns and leprechauns. Commercial fisherman out. God bless you. Have a good day, good night, and good evening.